Hi everybody, this is Courtney, and today we are at the Hobby Lobby located at the St. John's Town Center. We're going to be checking out some yarn very quickly through here, or as quick as I possibly can. Y'all know how I am. So this one was called, it's a Yarn Bee yarn, and it's, as you can see there, $4.99 a skein. It's called Sweet Divinity. And this yarn, it was classified as a 4-weight, and I would really say that it's more like a 3-weight. It is very, very comparable to the, I believe it's DK Soft and Sleek, or Sleek and Soft. We'll see it here a little bit later in the video. But I really feel like those yarns are very, very similar. But I felt like the other yarn, the Sweet, or the DK Soft and Sleek, is softer. So if you, and it's got more yards in that one. But if you take a look right here, this one is 80% acrylic, 20% nylon. So it is a good blend there. It is a soft yarn. It has some colors that you don't have in some of the other lines. So I really do like it. I mean, every single color I picked up was gorgeous. They did have a multitude of colors, which is one thing I really, really like about the Yarn Bees. Like, when they come out with a line of yarn, I do tend to think that they have like kind of a color for everyone. And right here I wanted to show y'all, since they are classifying this as a 4-weight, I wanted to show right there the little strand that was loose anyway. To me it's a 3-weight, but that's my personal opinion. and that doesn't count for a whole lot. So I mean, just kind of keep that in mind. If it's a 4-weight, it's a very light 4-weight. So sorry my hair was getting in the way too, because I had it down when I was out at the store. But here's some other colors in it, and you can see the color right there on the bottom of the label, right under where it says Sweet Divinity. So if you are interested in any of these yarns and going to be swinging through an online shop to buy them, that's where you're going to find the color. This one right here, it's another same exact, and you can see it's Denim Dream. What I did really like about this yarn, just like with the other one that I will show later in the video, I like the fact that it's not a solid color. I kind of like that heathered look to it, where you have some lighter and darker tones kind of mixed in, but it's very subtle, so it's not like a huge color change. So I really did like that about this yarn, and I've never seen this before. That's why I wanted to look at every single color they had. Because at my Hobby Lobby that I normally shop at, they don't have this one. I'm actually at the St. John's Town Center Hobby Lobby in Jacksonville, Florida. It's a much bigger store. Now this one, compared to the other one at the $4.99 a ball, and the other one is the same price, I believe, exactly, just with more yards, and it is a definite, you know, they categorize it as a 3-weight. The DK Soft and Sleek, I'm pretty sure, is the name of that one. But I'll make sure to point that out, that this is the one I was talking about. I just feel like the other one's a better buy, yardage wise and stuff, because y'all know I'm like crazy about them yards. And this Amber Waves one was really pretty as well. I mean, there's not an ugly color, honestly. I loved them all, but I mean, they have the blush pink and just all of those colors. And then I grabbed up this one. This yarn is called Wild Streak, and you can see the name of the color right there. That one's Hope Chest. It's right there on the bottom. If you look right underneath it, that's where it says the yards. It's $4.49 a ball, US dollars, obviously. And we flip it over, and right there you can see they categorize it as a 4-weight, and it gives you the knitting needle and all that. It's 100% acrylic. It's pretty soft for being 100% acrylic. I know some of you are like, ew, some of these yarns, acrylic yarns, are, you know, feel terrible in my hands, but I felt like this was pretty soft. It kind of reminds me of like a roving yarn as far as like the look to it and the way that it's spun, I guess you should say. So really nice one. It would be a good choice for a lot of things. I do think it's maybe a slightly larger size 4, not huge difference, but just because of the way it's spun, and it's like, it's not really, it's just like, it's a roving, it reminds me of roving yarn. You know, that's the best thing I can do to describe it. So not too crazy about some of these colors, but I am attracted to these variegated and color changing and all that. I don't know all the exact terminology, but I really do like those yarns. And I think mixing with like a solid with something like this, doing like a shawl, would be really, really pretty. So, you know, or do the whole thing in those colors. I mean, it's completely up to you. but they do have a pretty good selection of those colors and everything here at this particular store. They have the neutrals, they have the brights. I mean, kind of something for everybody. I know a lot of you don't have access to Yarn Bee that are going to be watching this because you're in other countries, or just don't have a Hobby Lobby anywhere near you. But the next yarn I'm about to show is one of my favorites as well. I've not tried it a whole bunch of colors. I've only tried one color in this, and it's really, really pretty. It's the Yarn Bee Glowing, and it's $5.49 a ball without any sale or anything like that going on. And it's another one. It's 60% acrylic, 40% polyester, if you can't see that on the label. It's a size 4. I would call it, you know, a light size 4. Me personally, you know, that's just my opinion. The colors are all really, really beautiful. So, I mean, you can't complain there. They have brights, and then they have some that are kind of a little bit more neutral, but just, the one I have, it works up so pretty. Like, I really do like it a lot. Love this color. It's the Finch Feather, I think was what it is, if I'm not mispronouncing that. So that's a real pretty, the blues, the greens. This one is not bright or anything. It's in the purple family, and it has the different tones of purple and some blues and grays in there. So, I mean, this would be such a pretty color if you don't like bright colors. So that's another one right there that's really pretty. It's called Boat Ride. I mean, it's gorgeous yarn, and it's very soft. It really is. And it's the twisted, you know, with the different colors changing through. So, I mean, it works up really, really pretty. And here's one if you like the brights. This one is actually really gorgeous in person. I mean, you know, I personally wouldn't make anything with it, but it is still beautiful. And this one right here is the color that I actually have, the Sage in Song. I have this color at home. It, you know, is a really gorgeous color. Pretty bright on the yellow part, though. I will bring that up, that it does stand out quite a bit when you work it up. It's like a goldenrod yellow. So now we're going on down, and this Urban Chic is one that I've really, really wanted to try. And it is also another acrylic mix. I believe it's acrylic and cotton, but I'll turn the label here in just a second to show you guys. This color is called Berry. It is a 3-weight, and I think that it's, you know, a light 3-weight. It's perfect for garments, I think, personally. You know, and there you can see right there, it's acrylic and cotton. Like 78% acrylic, 22% cotton. And they have quite a few colors here in this. So I really like this gray one with the hints of the bright colors. I think that is really pretty. I'm going to bring it down and give you a little close-up on that one. It looks like it'll work up really nice, but like I said, I haven't used this one yet. I've been just eyeballing it for quite some time. I do have to use down my stock before I get any more. I'm overflowing and got too much right now. So I am checking out this one. This is, you know, lighter. It's like lavender, a very light lavender, the grays with little hints of white. It's gorgeous. And this one right here, I've not seen this color before, but I was like, oh, when I saw it. I was like, ooh. And I'm not usually a brown fan, is the funny thing. But it's called Golden Grace. I love the browns in it with the gray and that yellow. It's like that mustard yellow. It was just calling to me for some reason. So then I happened to notice that they have this Soft Secret yarn, and it looks just like Karen Simply Soft to me. Lots of colors there in that yarn, in that particular, you know, run of that yarn. Really, really pretty. Very, very soft. I mean, I have to give them that. You know, it is some soft stuff. So really comparable to that Karen Simply Soft. That is what, you know, it's $4.49, I believe, and I'll focus it in just a second. $4.49. It's the Soft Secret. This color was like calling to me. It's 300 yards. This color's olive. I really liked it for whatever reason. Like, I'm gonna have to be making me a shawl or something in this color because it's been calling to me like crazy. So had to check that one out just because I love the color so much. It's a 4-weight. I would agree. It's 100% acrylic. It is shiny. It is soft. I mean, it's Karen Simply Soft. Just made by Yarn Bee. Very, very, very similar, you know. And I don't know if it splits. You know, I've not used this one before. That's one of my things with Karen Simply Soft for some reason for me. And I know a lot of you don't have that problem. Karen Simply Soft splits for me, and I don't know, I think it's just me with the shiny yarns, because I've used the loops and threads kind of version of the Karen Simply Soft and had the same problem with splitting. And I think I'd move too fast, and it's a slicker yarn, so it's like I'm used to, you know, stuff that's not quite as shiny and sleek and everything. So it's probably a personal problem. Operator error, you should say. But they have some gorgeous colors in this, and colors that I haven't seen in Karen Simply Soft. And, you know, I'm like not an expert or anything, but there's some similar colors, and then I felt like there were some colors that I've never seen, and it could just be, you know, the stores that I go to don't carry huge, vast selections of the colors that are available in the Simply Soft. So by all means, like, if you've got a favorite, like I know I've seen something at least at Loops and Threads at Michael's in some of these colors, but I don't know about Karen. So, and you know, my Michael's does carry Karen Simply Soft as well. So it's a good buy though, I think. 300 yards, you know, lots of colors, not too terrible of a price. Definitely when they do a sale, I would definitely pick some of this up for sure, without a doubt. So I was checking out all those, and I wanted to show, because I know some of you guys are huge fans. That's one of the things I've seen in my giveaways. Some of you are huge fans of the Karen Simply Soft, especially for garments. So this would be a good alternative, and you know, price wise, it's right there along the same lines. That gray was gorgeous. I was like, oh, and it was called Fog. The color was called Fog. So I definitely, and then of course this one right here, Shale, this was another pretty one. It's a dark, like charcoal gray is the best way to describe that. They had this cognac color is probably how you actually pronounce that, and camel color, you know, I mean, just tons and tons and tons of colors. And then I only spotted this one that was like the variegated. It's a pretty color. I mean, it reminds me of a sports team for some reason. I don't know why, but you know, that was the only one they had like that. And then we come on the ZZ Twist. This stuff feels pretty cool. I like the way that the actual yarn strands look, and you can see here it's 240 yards. It's they're saying a size 4. No. I am pretty sure I read that right. Looking back at this video, and that is not a size 4. Not to me anyway. And so they had several colors in this, so that was pretty good. You know, I've not seen but a few colors at a time of this particular yarn, and for the price, I guess it's not too bad. I don't know what it sells for on linebrand.com or anything, but I mean, I don't call that a size 4. That's why I get so close up to this so you guys can see. So that's the coral color. And then I wanted to show you, they say a ball makes a hat, 2 balls makes a scarf, and 6 balls makes a sweater. Probably, you know, I'd have to, like regular size people, not like us plus size girls, we'd probably need, you know, 10 balls or something. It's like, what size sweater is that you're recommending that people can make with 6 balls? Let's talk about that. This Yarn Bee Warm and Cozy, $4.99 a skein, and 317 yards. It's pretty soft. Like that's one thing. It's got a little bit of fuzz to it, so I mean, I think it could make a really pretty sweater. And if you look there, it's got a mix of acrylic, nylon, and polyester, I believe that was. Slow down the video, you'll be able to see the mix of that. Or of course you can look it up online. This color was gorgeous. I like it how it's like not all just gray. It's got that heathered look to it. It's got a little fuzz to it. It's a really pretty yarn. I definitely have this on my want list. I could see some warm stuff made out of this. And they have quite a few colors. I really like this one as well. It's like that blush pink, and it's called blush, but it's got the darker in it, which you don't normally see that. Normally you see it mixed with like white. So that one was really jumping out to me, how it was that lighter color but with the darker in it. And that's how this whole line is. And it just shows up so well on the blush pink color because you see that contrast. So I really like this yarn. It was in the mustard color. I was like, oh yeah, I'm loving this color of the season for some reason, or maybe it's always I love it. I don't know. See, I'm more than just a blue girl. Obviously, I like the blue. It's called Spa. I like that. So then we're going to go on down. We're going to grab some of the other. I saw ZZ Twist down a little bit lower. That's a really pretty blue color. I love that. And then they had this, I would call it more like a wine color in it. It's burgundy, you know, I mean, it wasn't red, like red to me. And then I know a lot of you love I love this yarn. You know, it's soft enough for what it is. It is a bargain brand, 100% acrylic. Yeah, this is a real bright color right here, is like a neon pink. They have a lot of different selection in this stuff, so that is the plus side to it. So this is another I love this yarn, but it's the one that's like painted or variegated, or I don't know what to call that, really. They call it their Prince line. So lots and lots and lots of colors, you know, being that this is like their mainstay, like their version of like Red Heart and everything, I guess you would say. And then I've spotted this one, and it's like a twisted yarn. It's the Comfy Classic. This is in their cotton blends, I believe, and you can take a look at that label. Let's see, it's got viscose, nylon, and blue cotton in that one. And it was nice yarn, but small balls. I like big balls, like you know, yarn. I really do. I don't want to have 20 of them to make like a sweater for myself or something. But as far as I love this yarn, tons and tons of colors. I mean, you can get solids, you can get prints, you can get stonewash. I mean, they just have a vast selection, like far beyond any other yarn that they carry. They have the most of this at this store. And I mean, it is gorgeous yarn. Some of it is softer than others, and I think that's a dyeing thing, you know, the way it's dyed and all, because it's all, you know, acrylic yarns, and some of them have cotton in them, some of them are cotton blends, but it is just some really pretty, the amount of colors they have is just like out of this world. Like, it's unbelievable. So looking at several of those to kind of show you the different prints and different types of it, what yardage you're getting, the cost of it, that sort of thing. So the only thing that I can say is cost effective wise, and it's all size 4, cost effectiveness wise for the yardage, the colors and all, it's pretty comparable to a lot of the other I don't want to call them cheap, and I don't want to call them like, we'll say bargain brands. We'll go with that, bargain brands. Like your Red Heart Super Savers, that sort of thing. The Michaels, you know, their store brand. You know, there's cheaper stuff here at Hobby Lobby, more comparable to like Red Heart. But as far as like they're obviously like they have a lot of different brands of yarn, but Yarn Bee would be like your what everybody goes there for, besides the I love this yarn, because they have the I love this yarn, the I love this cotton. I mean, they have all different sizes of balls. You know, you can get like the super big ones, and you can get the smaller ones, and like I said, so many different colors and options, from variegated to prints and all of that. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of that here. So I'm trying to just take some time and kind of scan the shelves and let you guys get a look. I mean, feel free to fast forward me if I'm taking too long. And I'm just going through, kind of showing the colors. They have metallics. That's one thing I haven't mentioned. And I'm going to pick this up because in the different types, you know, like the prints, the stonewash, the metallic and all, there can be a yardage difference. But the thing is, all of them are size 4. So you can mix things up. This right here reminded me of the Red Heart Fair Isle collection that they put out. That's like, this is the I love this yarn version of Fair Isle to me. You know, it's a really pretty yarn. It is one of the, I believe, prints, or it's a painted one. I'm sorry, you know, I can't remember all of that. What I'm editing on is a very small little picture, so it's hard to read some of this stuff. But hopefully I'm doing good enough camera work that you guys can read it on screen to get the information that you're trying to gather from this. And then we have some more of these. This is really similar to that Yarn Bee down there that I was showing you guys. You know, that, I mean, there's like every line or every brand of yarn comes out with certain things that are similar in their lines. From what I've seen, especially paying attention doing this filming for you guys, as I'm going through and I'm checking out different yarns, I do notice that the different brands have similar yarns. So it's like everybody comes out with the same concept, I guess, at the same time, just different prices, different yardages, you know, that sort of thing, available at different stores. But that's the good thing, because if you don't have a Hobby Lobby, you can get something similar at one of the other stores, or maybe even at Walmart in some areas. I know I've heard a lot that my Walmart that I've been to, the bigger Walmart that I went to in Jacksonville, was like, had the best selection. So I'm learning some things. But we're going on through all, like I said, 100% acrylic. They're all size 4. You know, most of them are recommending the 5mm hook, for crochet. You know, it's really similar to like Red Heart Super Saver, you know, same concept. Lots and lots and lots of colors that you can bring together in one project, and they're all the same size yarn, so you can do anything under the sun that you want. And then I flipped over around to the other side. This is where we had all of the cakes that are the Yarn Bee, their version of cakes. And then of course the Crafter's Secret, I believe is what that's called. Yep. Right above it. And we'll go over some of that too, because that is like the really bargain stuff. Sugar wheels. Everybody loves some sugar wheels. So this is their version of the Karen cakes. That's what this is their version of that. And we're looking at that, checking out the label, really good. 355 yards. Not too terribly bad. Size 4. They have a really good selection of colors here. The one that I normally shop at is got an okay selection on the colors, or maybe they're just always picked over, because that definitely could be part of my issue, is I get there like after everybody's hit it. And I'm typically going when there is a sale. This particular weekend I was just able to get by there. I was doing some stuff with my daughter, so she was willing to stand there and wait while I filmed, so here you go. This one, I saw it. This is Soft and Sleek. This is another one of the like painted, it almost looks similar to some of the hand dyed yarns that I've seen, and it's the low pill acrylic, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Never used it. I'm curious about those that are supposed to be the low pill, just because my experience that I've had with some of the Red Heart that I've used in stuff that I'm like washing a lot, I have noticed a lot of the pilling, you know, the little yarn fuzzies that gather up on it. And it's from it rolling around, because I'm like throwing it in the washer, throwing it in the dryer, and it's not other fabrics getting stuck to it, or other, you know, like little bits of fuzz. It's the yarn itself that's fuzzing up. So, you know, I don't know. So this was a really pretty color, and like I said, it's reminding me of the hand dyed stuff, you know, and that's why I was attracted to it. They're, you know, really small. If I saw this on clearance, like the huge Hobby Lobby sale that everybody got in on, that I totally missed out on because I didn't have any space, yeah, I would have grabbed some of this up if it was, you know, in that sale for a really good price, just to give it a try, and then like wash the heck out of it and seeing if that worked. I really love this color though. This one was attractive to me. I do like the pinks and stuff, but it's got a little bit of neutral in there. It's got a little bit of darker, like a dark plum purple. So it was really, really pretty. And then obviously you guys know I always love the blues and stuff. So this is another one. It's the grays. This one was really pretty. Just trying to show you guys all the different colors and everything. Looking over here at this one, this has got your neutrals, it's your browns, it's your white, that sort of thing. And it's literally called neutrals. You know, what more can you ask for in that department? And so then we're doing a little quick scan so you guys can see the different yarns they have there. And then I'm going to finally get up there to that Crafter's Secret. I was trying to explain this yarn to one of my friends. Like, if you're looking for a soft yarn, like super, super soft, this might soften up in the wash, but it is not a soft one. And if some people, I know they call themselves yarn snobs, it's $2.99 a ball. It is really, you know, it is your definitely going to be one of your bargain brands. And it is got pretty good yardage, 100% acrylic, but this is going to be one of those ones that if you don't like the way certain things feel running through your fingers as you work with it, like if you don't like Red Heart Super Saver, then you would not like this one. And this is their like big ball. This is called the Big Idea. Let's get a little zoom in on that so you can see. And then I wanted to show y'all, so this is 810 yards. So again, it's a size 4 and it's really comparable to Red Heart Super Saver. I've only used it just a little bit, and I have given those things away, so I'm not really sure exactly how they ended up washing up, if they got really, really soft or what. And then we had other people here on this aisle, so I had to skip on down. The few aisles over was like the busiest stuff. And then just showing you guys all these little teeny balls, those are $1 a piece. And of the, the actual skeins of yarn right here, this mini maker, those are 99¢, to be exact on the price. They're another size 4. So I guess you would get these if you're just doing like projects where you only need a little bit, or maybe you ran out of a certain color, I guess, And then I've heard a lot about these. These are the little tiny cakes. They're pretty. Little dollop is what they're called. I just, I wouldn't personally, grab those up, me personal. So now here is the soft and sleek DK. So I was saying that wrong earlier. So going all the way back to the beginning of the video, $4.99. It's 100% acrylic. And this is listed as a size 3, a light size 3. And here's the side of it. It is just like that other stuff that we were looking at the beginning, the Sweet Divinity yarn. At the beginning of the video, it's just like that, but look at the yardage. 478 yards, I believe is what that says. It is so soft. I mean, I love this. I bought some of this at my birthday, and they have lots of colors here. The Hobby Lobby I was at that time was up in Waycross, Georgia, and they did not have, they were kind of picked over, I guess I should say. It wasn't on sale or anything, but it had just come out, or I guess it just hit our stores, so everybody was in there buying that stuff up. So a lot of these colors I wasn't able to even look at before, and this was a really pretty green. I love this. But if you look at that and you look at it compared to that Sweet Divinity at the very beginning of the video, it is like almost the same yarn, and to me is really, really close in the size. They just have different colors. It's the same kind of heathered look where it is, different, like it goes from the darker green into just slightly lighter, as you can see there on the side. There was some really pretty colors, but way more yards, like way, way, way more yards. I really like this color, and it's like, I can't even describe it. It's like a golden color, but it's got that mustard yellow and a little more gold to it. It's really pretty though, really, really pretty. And I was just going through trying to show you guys all the different colors. This one's like a teal color, and then this one right here is the one that I actually have at home that I can do a little more talking on if you guys would like to even hear that. But lots and lots and lots of pretty colors in this, and I love the yards. Almost 500 yards. That is like right up my alley. But either one of those yarns would make really pretty garments. They're very, very soft. This is softer though, a lot softer. And then I know a lot of people have been really interested in these little cakes up here, and I am too. This is like also on my list of things to get. It is definitely like something I'm going to be getting. And then they had some other yarn right there that I'm going to show in just a second. I was kind of waiting for people to like grab what they were there for and not be in anybody's way and not catch a bunch of people on camera. But these right here are, I mean, they're gorgeous. They are tiny though. This is some tiny yarn, $8.99, and it's the 918 yards. So these remind me of like those Hovium cakes and stuff that everybody was like so crazy about. I think that it's really comparable to that. And if you look at 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, and it's called a Superfine size 1, definitely agree with that. It's a small yarn and it's not stretchy or anything, because that cotton, it kind of takes away any stretch to me, you know, on cotton yarns. That's why I'm usually not a fan. But I am definitely wanting to do like a shawl or something in this, because the way it color changes, I think it's going to be gorgeous as like a triangular shawl or something like that. So I went through showing all those different colors, and like I said earlier, there is, in all the different brands of yarn at the different stores, they have something similar. So I know the AC Moore even has something that is similar to the Hobium, and Hobium's gone now for us in the US, at least, for sure. So I was looking at all of these. I love this color right here. I mean, right up my alley. And checking all those out. This one reminds me of Flame. I think that's what it's called. It looks like fire to me. Crimson poppies. To me, that is a flame. It's like I would make something like flame colored with that. Really pretty stuff though. I mean, I cannot say that enough. It's gorgeous. It's even more gorgeous in person. I hope the colors are picking up really well on camera. Teal of Fortune, love that one. That's another one that's on my list of things that I'm like, I'm gonna have to get that eventually at some point. So we're just going on through. That's another really pretty one, and I really do like this stuff. It is not that soft because of the cotton, in my opinion, but I think it will work up nice and probably soften up pretty good. They have really comparable colors to those other lines like the Hobium and stuff like that. Not exact, of course, but close enough, you know, for those of you that, you know, missed out on those like I did. So just checking out the different ones and showing you guys this one, this particular store, as far as the stock went, they had all of the colors that I know that are available in this, whereas the one I normally shop at doesn't usually have them all. And this is one everybody's interested in. It is 540 yards. It's called the 44th Street. It's another yarn bee. It's 70% acrylic, 30% polyamide. And let me tell you, this stuff is so soft. It's a lightweight 3, they say. Yeah, I'd probably more call this a 2 personally, just, you know, my personal experience. But it is definitely, like, if I'm comparing this for $4.29, comparing this to like the mandalas or something, you know, completely, that's where I'm getting that. It's smaller, it's completely different size wise to me, but softness, oh my goodness. Like, this is some soft stuff, like, for sure. This is on my list 100%. So I mean, like, if you're looking for a very, very soft yarn, this is it. I mean, in 540 yards for the price, I mean, you really just, you can't beat that. It is pretty cost effective when it comes to making something with a smaller yarn. So I mean, I think even at maybe not a sale price, I probably would still grab these up if I had room anyway. $4.29, you kind of like cannot pass that up. And again, I am crazy about the olive color. I don't know, like, I just really want to make myself a shawl or a scarf with the olive green, something to wear, something around my face, you know, redhead, all that stuff. I think it will look good. And the blush color, there was honestly not a color in this that I was like, I loved them all. And then I got down here. This is the Feeling Gradient, and it is considered, you know, I guess to be, I believe they said a 4-weight, but we'll check out on the label. It is 590 yards of this, $6.99 per little cake there. It's very, very soft, but as far as like the fuzziness, like, I could see where that would be a huge issue for someone if you had to pull out some work. So here we're getting around to the back, and oh, it's a light 3. So this is a light 3, 590 yards. So it is so soft, but I just don't think I would personally like working with this, because when I make a mistake and I have to pull it out, I could see how this would get all tangled on itself, similar to how the Lion Brand Shawl on the Ball can do. But the thing about Shawl on the Ball is it's not as fuzzy as this, so I can deal with that. This is really, 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 honestly, very, very fuzzy. But I mean, that fuzziness gives it an extreme amount of softness. So I could see this feeling really good, like around your neck, making a sweater out of it, something like that. It's a light 3, probably more, I would say, a 2 weight, but you know, that's just me personally. It is extremely fuzzy though, as you guys are seeing here. I mean, it is just like a giant fuzzball. And this color was really eye-catching. You know, again, it's the fire tones. I think this one is actually called Fire. Let's see. Did I show it good enough where y'all could tell? I missed that part. And this one is a really, really gorgeous color. I really like this. I was sorry about that noise in the background, guys. There's a tractor. I'm at work. It's a thing. This was another really pretty color. I mean, you know, the only one that I'm like less drawn to would be the orange one, just because of its extreme brightness, but every other color was gorgeous. So I mean, if you're interested in the feeling gradient, I can definitely tell you that's some soft stuff. Very, very, very soft. And now we're going on down, and this is another ball. This one, let me flip it over. It's Delish Boutique. And this is also pretty soft. It's 500 yards, $6.99 a ball or a cake. And this color was called Moose Something. It's 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. I prefer lower on the alpaca personally whenever I'm picking out yarn. The ones that I was giving away in my giveaway, if you haven't joined in on that, get in on that. But it's the one that has, the brown one is 20% alpaca. And that is a lot of alpaca. To me, a lot of the fibers were like coming out and like getting everywhere. But this is another one. They had several colors here, really pretty stuff. And I mean, it's, you know, a nice yarn. It's soft enough. It's a good yarn, you know. I think it could be anyway. This one, you can tell more of the alpaca in it because you can see kind of like that fuzziness to it. And you know, it's a pretty yarn, I can say that. Would it be one that I would grab up? Not personally. And then we get down here, and this is a red heart, and I believe that this is Roll With It. Yep, Roll With It. And I can't pronounce that next word. It is $6.99 a ball. It's you know, pretty nice stuff there. I was looking at this thinking, you know, I kind of like this. It's similar to the Lion brand stuff that I've been showing. The Ferris wheel, I've shown that a few different times. So this is a size 4 medium weight is what they're saying. I would agree with that. It is probably dead on with that. Probably a lighter size 4, but it's still a size 4. You know, if you're going with like a cheaper yarn, like a Red Heart Super Saver, and trying to like bring this in with it, that's where you would see the difference in the yarn sizes. But you know, it's probably a true size 4, and I'm just like really weird about my yarn sizes because I have a lot of different size 4s, you know. Really pretty colors though. And then I wanted to just kind of like show what we've got going on over here. This is definitely on my list. This is the Yarn Bee Catalina. I am totally in love with this yarn. It's very, very soft. I think it's 290 yards, it said right there. And this one, this particular color is one that I'm really interested in. It's a size 3. I would say that it's, you know, a size 3. I compare a lot of yarns to like things that I use frequently, like the mandalas. So I would say this yarn is real close to the size 3 that the mandala is. I really love all the colors in this Catalina. I mean, it's gorgeous, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So as you can see there, it is 90% acrylic and 10% nylon, I believe that was. And it's a soft yarn. It's very, very, very soft to me, and I really like it. I like all the colors in it, and I'm going to show you guys in one of them. I was kind of a little like shocked. It was the same color ball, and there was 2 of them, and I put them side by side here in just a moment. And this one, Aztec blanket. I've seen a scarf made out of this, just by the way, off the subject of what I was just saying. But I'm about to put 2 of them together. So this one right here, which is the Regal Rose, like if you notice, there's like a whole section of it that is like super just pink and nothing but pink. And then I noticed that the other ball right there, same shelf, same color, right there, if you look at those 2 beside each other, I like the one on the right of the screen better than the left because the way the colors are like blended together. I thought that was kind of strange. It is the same yarn, but to me, this first ball that I picked up wasn't as pretty because it didn't have all the blending. And then this is the Finesse. Hopefully I'm saying that right. It's a yarn bee. It is $3.99 a ball, and it's tiny, tiny yarn. I love tiny yarns, so I was like, ooh, on this one. It is viscose and polyester. Yep, polyester. And they're calling this one a light 3, and I don't agree. I'm thinking more of a 1 on that. So just kind of like a warning out there. If you are ordering online, I don't feel like this is a 3. I'm pretty sure that's the weight class on it. Maybe I'll show the label again where y'all can see real good. But that is some tiny yarn. To me, that is a size 1. All day, every day, in every possible way. So as I pull it down so y'all can see, it is pretty tiny. I like it though. It was soft. It was nice, you know. I mean, I would definitely buy that. But, you know, that's just me. Here's another one of the Catarinas. It's a color that I really like. It's called Thistle. I thought this was really pretty in person too, but like I just said, I love all of those. And that one right there was a really pretty color as well. And I flip it over so y'all can read it. It's emerald blue, and it's gorgeous. I loved all those. I mean, there wasn't a color I didn't like. My Hobby Lobby does not have, the normal one I go to, does not have all of the colors in this, so I was loving seeing those. And then we go on down, and I'm looking, and coming on down, checking out some of the other ones, and we get up here, and I just wanted to kind of do like a quick scan and show you guys like some of the different yarns that are here. And then here is the whole other second aisle. We had somebody go by, and I had to do a quick oopsie on the camera. So here is a whole bunch more, and I was just like, whoa, this yarn, there's so much of it here at this store. It was nice. It was really nice. Now here are some, this is Tender Touch. Here are some of the bulky yarns, and these I would say, this one's 135 yards. These I would say you could use for the newest tutorial I put out, the tulip sweater. It's, you know, these are size 5 bulkies that we're about to go through. Or I'm sorry, that one's, yep, no, it's a 5 bulky. To me, it is a true 5 bulky. I was pretty sure that, you know, these two were a little bit different in size, but it's more of just the way that the black looked versus this one. When I put them up here close together, and you'll see in a second I'm going to do that, they're, you know, the same size. They're both bulkies. So I would definitely say these are good options for that sweater or any project that you're doing that has a size 5 bulky in it. Really pretty stuff here. 100% acrylic. And this is one of the, I love this yarn. Chunky. This is specifically, I love this yarn chunky. Or I'm sorry, it's called I Love This Chunky. All of these next ones really are just a great option, kind of an alternative to the Loops and Threads Barcelona yarn that I used for the sweater. I am starting to kind of get a little bit into bulky yarns, just a little bit. More for winter wear more than anything, but I'm not saying I'm going to give up on my tiny stuff, because I do love it, and I just, you know, it makes really good clothing, garments, that sort of thing. So bulky wise though, they have a really good selection, a lot of really pretty colors. This stuff is soft, so can't complain there. And I went on down, I basically had come into the bulky yarns. This is all bulkies on this area, or in this area I should say, and all of them were either 5s or 6 that I've been looking at here. Some really pretty stuff, really soft. You know, if you like it more fuzzy, they have that. If you like it more like the twisted look to the yarn, they have that. So, I mean, Hobby Lobby, especially this one, has just an absolute great selection. Cannot complain at all. I mean, just wonderful selection here. And I know a lot of you are probably going to be jealous that it had so many aisles. It was like 2 full aisles really, or, you know, one aisle only had like, you know, your hooks and stuff like that on part of it, but the rest of it was all, you know, lots and lots of yarn. So here's another one that I really liked. It's a pretty good size. It is okay on the yardage and everything. It was just pretty. It was soft. You know, obviously some of the yarn, especially the fuzzier stuff, seems to be a lot softer. But, I mean, I can't really complain. I would say that Crafter's Secret is the roughest stuff there, and even I would use that. Like, I'm not, like, a yarn snob like some people would say. Nothing wrong with being that, but I'll use anything. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this trip. I'm going to work on a few more things coming out this week. There's going to be some podcasts, and I've got a unboxing to do for my very first ever knit crate. So that's all coming this week. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up with one final note. This hint of silk that I'm picking up for that price, this stuff felt terrible to me. I do not recommend it. I think it's a bamboo and silk combination. So maybe it does have a gorgeous drape, and maybe it does soften up when you launder it. I would think you wouldn't be able to like throw this in the wash or anything. I was not impressed. Not impressed at all. Size wise, you know, I mean, it's fine. It's a smaller weight yarn. I don't care what it says on the label, but I wasn't impressed by how it felt at all. But that's just me. And then of course I found some of my favorites, the sock yarns, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up with those. They are just like the ones I saw over at the Michaels, I believe. Maybe a color or two different, but overall it was a great trip to Hobby Lobby. They have a huge selection. Hopefully you guys have the same type of selection where you're at, and I appreciate you guys watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure that you're subscribed. Please leave a comment below, and if you can, and if you would like to, please share on social media. All you guys watching and taking the time to watch all the way through these long yarn shopping really helps me, and hopefully you've seen some things that you really like. I liked this one too that I'm finishing up with. You guys have a great one. Thank you for watching. Bye. I know you guys are like, this video never ends. It does, I swear. It's about to in just a moment. It's going to be all over, but I really did love this yarn. Right here, this Arabella, I believe is how you say that. It was some pretty stuff. Like, I could see so many things, including the newest sweater made in that. But, I mean, obviously, you know, self-promotion is key on this. But anything can be made with these things. They're gorgeous. Not crazy about the yardage on it. But I could get past that for some pretty stuff like this. I really love these. That's why I had to show them. So, for real, momentarily, the video will be over. I just wanted you guys to see everything that I came across here at the store that I was really interested in. And hopefully, I showed some things that you guys are interested in too. I really do appreciate you guys watching. If anyone stuck around till the end of this video, you are a champion and you win. Thank you guys. Bye.